Okay, hi. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to me projecting my voice, I guess, because this is the first time I've done like a recording through the computer in a long time. Not really, because I record on Zoom. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. It's me. I'm your host. It's a solo episode today. Just because I feel like it's time for like another check-in, right? It's been a second. I think my last solo episode was at the beginning of 2021, and like a lot of things have changed. No, it might have been at the beginning of 2020. I really don't know. Anyway, I made notes this time, so hopefully it's not as rambly. I would just like to start off this episode by saying that if you look at my edges, you're anti-black. And if you're listening to it and you went over to YouTube to go look at my edges, you're even more anti-black, and the police are on their way. I've called them. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about, I guess, what I've been on spiritually, which is like what everyone has been on spiritually. It's breaking generational curses, like duh. But the other day, I realized that it's not that deep. Like, it's not as deep as I'm making it seem, at least, or as everybody else is making it seem. So the episode last week with Sharina, I was talking about how my family is diabetic, and like that's a generational curse that I'm trying to break, right? And when you think, like, when you hear generational curses, that sounds big. Like, that sounds like a lot. But it's not that deep, right? Like, I just start eating healthy, and then if I have children, that's all that they're gonna know is eating healthy. And so they're probably just not gonna be diabetic, like moving down the line, right? And it's so simple. But to me, I don't know. I've always thought of breaking generational curses as like this super, like, big, like, spiritual warfare kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, like, I like fried food. Eating healthy is hard. Like, eating in a way that is best for me is hard, but also, I don't know, I enjoy it and it's important to me. Anyway, yeah, I was just on a smoothie cleanse too, and it's so weird. Well, this is like a little tangent, I guess. I was just doing a smoothie cleanse, and I'm actually drinking a smoothie right now. Let me take a sip because I'm still hungry. Sorry. Anyway, um, yeah, and I was doing it because, I just felt like kind of out of whack in my body. Kind of like I had been eating things that I'm not supposed to be eating, and I just like it felt heavy. And it was so weird to me, the amount of people who were like, "Oh yeah, you can lose weight by like doing this." And I'm like, I'm trying to connect with my higher self and have like feel better in my body. Like, it's so weird how this country is concerned about weight. Anyway. So a tool in breaking generational curses and just like trying to be more spiritual of a person, like trying to commit to spirituality. I've started praying again. And like that's a bit complicated for me because prayer has always been like this super, I don't know, like Christian thing, I guess. Where you talk to God and you ask him what you want, and that's it. Like, I don't really know. It's just never felt real to me. Like, in Christianity growing up, it was just like you pray before bed, you pray before your food, you pray, like, there are times to pray. Like, it didn't feel like a connection to me, I guess. And then when I was searching for connection with prayer, like, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel connected. So revisiting prayer has been like kind of complicated for me. I'm not gonna lie. But I did it. And so a little bit of background. I have been single for like a year. Well, a little less than a year maybe. Let's call it a year. Um I've been single for like a year, and it was intentional because the men that I was picking were awful. They were awful. I'm friends with one of my exes. This is not about you. You're great. they're awful. They're so bad. And I'm like, okay, well, the only common denominator with all these relationships is me. So I think that it's time to take a step back. I wasn't feeling fulfilled in my relationships. I didn't really like the people that I was dating. I don't think they really liked me. And then I went through this whole like emotionally manipulative, abusive situation that I like never want to get into unless we are very close friends. I never want to get into that. And I just really needed to take a step back. So I've been single for a while. Um, and so when I like decided to start praying again, I was like, I want a boyfriend. I know it's shallow, like whatever. It's not shallow. I felt like it was shallow at the time. People want partnership. People crave companionship. That's not shallow. It's just a thing. But also being socialized as someone who like is supposed to get married by 25, 26, 27, and I'm in that age group. It's just like, I don't know, I am feeling a little bit behind my age mates, I guess. So anyway, I prayed for a boyfriend. God straight up told me no. No, he said no. I'm like, you're rude, first of all. I heard it in my own voice. You don't need no man. And it's so crazy to me, like hearing God's voice, I guess. It wasn't my own thought. Like that wasn't because if I'm asking for the thing, I'm not gonna tell myself no, you can't have the thing. Does that make sense? So like, yeah, I heard you don't need no man. And I was like, so rude. How rude. I was really surprised in that moment because I feel like this is, I don't know, the furthest that I've ever been from the traditional spirituality that I grew up with. I'm not really a Christian anymore. Okay, hi. For some reason the video stopped for a second. Um, so it's just gonna be the logo for like 10 minutes. It stopped for like 10 minutes. It's just gonna be the thumbnail for like 10 minutes and then we're gonna get back into video. I'm really sorry, I don't know how that happened. Um, but yeah, just that's what's gonna happen for like the next 10 minutes. Then we'll get back into the video. So I'm like, does God even like listen to me? Like I didn't feel like God listened to me when I was a Christian, so like now I don't know. I don't know if he really is looking out for me like that. So to hear God's voice is really crazy to me because yeah, I don't know. I just was feeling less spiritual than I've ever been, but I guess maybe this is the most spiritual I've ever been because I'm really so intentional about or I'm trying to be intentional about my energy, about the things that I consume, about the people that I hang around, about how I spend my energy. That's a whole different topic for a whole different day. So anyway, I hear you don't need no man, and then I just have like a flashback to all of my times with my friends. For my birthday earlier this year, I went to Atlanta and I spent like, oh my gosh, some like much needed time with some really good friends. Like I really love those girls. Um, it was amazing. I had such an amazing time. And honestly, when I think about my happy place these days, it is when me and Alicia and Danielle and Hannah were at Barcelona. Shout out to Barcelona and Atlanta. I love that place so much. But we were at Barcelona and we were just having a good black woman time. Like there was no, it was just so good and wholesome and like it was fun and I had so much fun and like when I really think about the energy that I want to cultivate in my life, it's like it's enjoying time with friends, enjoying time with family, enjoying time in my own energy. It's just so important to me. So I thought about that and then I thought about my best friend Lauren and I have started doing this thing every other Thursday. Um, where we like do something, where we do an activity, we go to a restaurant, but we have like our little girls' night, our little date night, um, and it's so fun, and we get to connect with each other, and we get to do something new, and it's really exciting. And then I was also thinking about I went roller skating the other day with my friends Rebecca and Layla, and like I haven't been roller skating since I was a kid, and like that was so fun. And so the moments I'm realizing that I'm being told the moments that I'm craving, the connection that I'm craving, I already have that in my life. I'm already trying new things with people that I love. I'm already creating memories, creating moments that are really special and really important to me, with people that I enjoy. I don't know. And so that was very special to me. And then I kind of had a flash forward. I don't want to say it was a vision. I'm not Ellen G. White. I'm not that girl. I don't be getting the visions. But I had a flash forward almost, to like, I don't know. Oh, and this is gonna sound insane for me to describe, but I had flash forward to like an energy almost that I'm supposed to be stepping into, that I'm supposed to be living in. I just had an overwhelming feeling that I need to continue to work on my creativity, because that's what's going to be important for me right now in this phase of my life. And I don't really need to focus on partnership, which is annoying. It's been a year. Like, I want to date again, but also, no, I don't. I don't really. I think I'm just bored. In the past, I have used boyfriends as like a distraction for like a greater goal that I want to achieve. I'm just trying to fix them instead because I'm a Pisces and a people pleaser, and I'm probably also anxiously attached, all that jazz. Um, so yeah, I just really felt like I needed to work on myself. And if you're my friend in real life, you've heard me talk about this to death, honestly. I just keep talking about it. But it's because I really feel like God spoke to me, and like I'm really divinely led to create. And it's so crazy. I don't know, to like, my dad has a master's degree and a career, and my mom is an attorney, and like these people around me like really got to where they were through school and through the education system, and that's always like been pushed as what's important to me, right? I'm a college dropout, and while I have been toying with the idea of going back to school lately, I don't really feel like school is the path for me. But it's hard when you feel like you're a creative, but you're not like an artist, right? Like, I don't paint or draw or sing. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like weird to like call myself creative. To me it feels weird to call myself creative. Maybe later down the line it won't, but I feel like we're friends. I can be honest. Yeah, it's a bit weird for me to call myself a creative when I'm not creating something that is art, I guess. And then it's also like nobody has the blueprint but me for what I need to do, right? So like if I wanted to get a master's degree, I could call up my dad and be like, "Hey, how do I do this?" If I wanted to become an attorney, I could call up my mom and be like, "Hey, how do I do this?" But there's no one to guide me in this journey but me and God. So like I kind of just have to do it and just be intentional, listen to the guidance that I'm given, um, feel feel for that energy that I was meant to step into, do things that feel like that energy, and kind of just continue from there. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard to do things when you don't know if it's the right thing. You feel it in your body that it's right, but even then, I don't know if I've always trusted that feeling. Um, so yeah. Anyway, um, what else was I gonna talk about? Let's look at the notes. Um, yeah, being intentionally single. The note that I wrote for this was "This sucks." Oh my gosh. And then, so I did try to start dating a little bit when I first moved here. I know I said that I was going to be single, but I be bored, y'all. I really be bored and just doing stuff because I'm bored. Um, I moved to Florida a year ago, like a year ago tomorrow from the date of like recording. Um, and I tried to start dating again, and I moved here from Atlanta. And Atlanta, while the men are questionable, there's no denying that black men there love black women. And here, I really didn't get that. In the pandemic, I like gained like 30 pounds and I haven't been recognizing my body, and trying to date again with that and not being as confident in my body is super weird. And then I'm gonna just say it straight up, these niggas are weird. The niggas in Florida are weird. If you are in Florida and you're a man, y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. I'm telling you right now, y'all are weird. Because they don't like black women. And I'm just now realizing, I grew up in Orlando. I'm just now realizing that this is the reason that I didn't even know that I was pretty until I went to college, until I went to an HBCU. Because the men in Florida are so weird. I know that I shouldn't base my validation as a person, as a woman, um, in what men think, because I think very little of their opinions. However, I have been socialized to think highly of their opinions. So it's like, okay, being single sucks, but then dating sucks because the men are weird. And then I just have like this weird body image thing right now. I don't know what to call it. I really don't know what I look like. I look in the mirror and every day I see a new body. Um, and that's kind of hard for me because going back to breaking generational curses, I just got put on a medication for diabetes and I don't want to be on it because I hate medication. Because I'm secretly a hotep, don't tell anybody. Not like y'all kind of hoteps, but like, yeah, I just think like all natural alkaline diets like are important. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I don't want to be on the medication. So I started working out and I'm trying to eat healthier. And that in combination with my, I'm not going to say poor body image, but I literally just don't know what it looks like. It's made it kind of hard to eat healthy and to work out and to not be mad that I'm not losing weight, even though that's not why I'm eating healthy and working out. I'm doing it so that when I'm, I don't know, 50, my joints will still work and my blood will still, my white blood cells will still filter out what they need to, and my blood will be healthy and like, you know, just the things that I need to live a long and healthy life. Um, and so that's been kind of complicated for me. Like wrestling between the thing that I want to do, I guess, for like the really pure intentions that I have, and then the things that I am socialized to feel. Oh my God, I hope I'm making sense. Because like the other day, and I know that they didn't mean anything by it, but if we're related, I am gonna call you out. Hold on, I have to take a quick pause because I don't think I'm recording anymore. Okay, sorry about that. I'm also recording video. If y'all don't know, the podcast is also on YouTube, but like it stopped recording and I don't know why. Is it recording right now? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what was I talking about even? I don't remember. Um, but I think that I left off like talking about how, oh, I was finna call out my family. That's what's about to happen. And I know they didn't mean anything by this, but it's also just like weird for me to exist in this body, number one, have everybody talk about it, number two. It's weird to me when like people mention my weight, if I'm gaining weight or if I'm losing weight. My dad was here the other day and my cousin came over, and my cousin looks amazing. She's had 2 kids. She looks great. My dad was like, oh, how is it that you're smaller than Jordan? Now, why am I in it? How am I catching strays? You could just say she looks nice and move on. I went to the beach with my cousin, same cousin, and I was wearing a bikini because that's like what I'm used to wearing. I don't know. It's what I feel comfortable in. Also, it doesn't really help that my top half and my lower half are 2 different sizes, so I can't really wear one pieces. But anyway, I was on the phone with my aunt one day, and she was like talking about how, oh, it doesn't matter how much weight I lost, I would never have the confidence to do that. And like, that made me feel bad. Those 2 things made me feel really bad because I'm just over here like trying to work out for my health, trying to eat healthy for my health. And then having that in the back of my mind just kind of makes me feel bad on the days where I don't feel like working out. And even my friends who I work out with are like, yeah, we're gonna lose this weight. And it's like, I don't care if I'm a size 12, 14 for the rest of my life. I don't care, like, genuinely, as long as I'm happy and healthy. I eat healthier than like most of my friends, honestly. I'm bigger than all of them, but I eat healthier than them. I move my body more than them. This is not to drag y'all. I love y'all so much, but I just am. Well, maybe not Brooke. She's vegan. Don't know. Um, but like, and it's just so weird to have gotten here, not because my health is poor, but because I don't know, the world shut down for like 2 years and I was depressed. And then like to have people talk about it is just like it's different. So anyway, it makes me feel bad when on those days that I don't want to go to the gym or I want to have a burger, a veggie burger, um, because then I forget why I'm doing these things and that it's for my health and that it's so that I can feel good and not this weird like oppressive obsession that everybody has with weight loss in America. I don't know. Anyway, sorry if I dragged you just now. I still love you. But that's like I don't know, in between God telling me no boyfriend, between the men here just being weirdos, and between me like really grappling and struggling with my body image and like I don't know, trying to be healthy, I'm just realizing that I really need to take some more time to love on myself. Um, I used to get mad when I was on Tumblr and people were like, "Oh, you can't nobody can love you until you love yourself." Like RuPaul was right when she said that, you know? It's not a drag. It's not like, "Oh, just because you don't love yourself doesn't mean that other people won't love you." That's not what it means at all, but like when I did not actively love on myself and people were trying to love on me, I didn't see it. I didn't feel it. It didn't mean anything to me because I wasn't there with myself. And so with the roller skating and with the bi-weekly girls nights with Lauren and with the just having conversations with my friends and just like really being intentional about doing things that I like to do with people that I love, it's really taught me the price has gone up. The price has just gone up. I don't know, my standards are getting higher and higher and higher. And if I'm single forever because my standards are high, it'll suck a little bit, but it'll be fine because I think that it's part of the it's part of the path that I'm meant to be walking in right now in this stage of my life. Um yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've said a lot and I don't know if I accurately connected them as much as I wanted to. The statements, I mean. But like breaking generational curses ties into my body image, ties into wanting a man, ties into God saying, absolutely not, work on yourself. And I just am. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to um I'm trying to implement probably in like the next week or so, implement like a day where I'm just recharging my own energy. I really wish that I had a bathtub so I could take a bath. I would love to do that. I haven't taken a bath in like 4 years. I shower, but I like to soak in the bathtub, and I haven't lived in a house with a bathtub in years. It's paining me. Um, but just finding ways to really sit in my own energy, sit with myself, sit with God, meditate, just have something where I fill my own cup up again every week, because working full time and trying to maintain relationships with friends and family, trying to work out, trying to eat healthy and cook, it like takes a lot out of you. It does. And then working I'm not even gonna get into that, because if somebody who I work with that is not supposed to see this finds this, y'all not having no incriminating nothing against me. Anyway, um, yeah, I it's hard. So I need a day to recharge myself. I'm thinking about starting that next week. I think on Tuesdays I'm gonna go in my backyard, listen to the wind, journal, meditate, listen to music, just sort of vibe out and just really turn my phone on silent and just be. I think that's so important, to just really be, to have time to yourself. Um, I don't know. I think that everything else I've been doing, though, has been pretty pro that, pro breaking the curses, pro spirituality, pro moving in my purpose, walking in my purpose. I just think that implementing that will be helpful. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, like, it's just not that deep, right? I don't think that a couple years ago that I would think that, excuse me, oh my goodness. I don't think a couple years ago I would have thought that sitting outside just in my own energy was something spiritual. I don't think that I would have thought, eating healthy and working out was something spiritual. I don't think that I would have assumed that spending time with my friends and my family, and like intentional time with them, is something spiritual, but it is, because we're all spiritual beings. God created us. Like, I don't really know. And whatever you believe in, even if you believe in like the Big Bang, or you don't believe in the Christian God, or you don't believe we were formed from the earth, I don't know, something happened for us to have consciousness, right? We can all agree that we're conscious. Sorry, I'm thinking about that TikTok. I'm thinking about that TikTok where the man asked the woman, like, are you conscious? She's like, yeah. And he's like, can you prove it? And she's like, let's start over. And he's like, are you conscious? And she's like, no. Because I feel like that all the time, but like, in reality, we are conscious. Like, we have consciousness. We think about the things that we do. We're supposed to be very intentional and move with intentionality. And whether we do or not, we are capable of it. And I think that that is inherently spiritual. And so you've probably been listening to me ramble for like the past 30 minutes, wondering why I'm talking about the gym and eating healthy and weight loss and spending time with my friends. But like, all of this is very spiritual to me. Everything that happens to me, to people, I think is very spiritual. Because again, we're spiritual beings. We are the walking embodiment of God consciousness. If you know what that reference is, we're friends. Is it? Oh, I probably adjusted my AirPods and stopped the video. That's probably what happened earlier. So anyway, I kind of skipped ahead a little bit about existence being inherently spiritual. I would like to circle back though to, I think the next thing that I'm trying to learn how to do, right? Because I've already learned the things that I like to do with other people. I'm trying to learn the things that I like to do by myself. And I'm also trying to learn what romance looks like for me, because I don't know what, like, flowers are nice. And I buy myself flowers sometimes, just because, I want some color in the house. I want it to look pretty. But like true romance and romancing yourself, I don't know what that looks like at all. But also, I didn't know what real connection looks like with other people like a year ago, and I do now. I'm very confident that I can find out how to romance myself. But that's like, I don't know, it's different. Like, it's not something I feel like I've ever asked somebody, like, how do you romance yourself? If you're watching this on YouTube, can you put this in the comments, like, how you romance yourself? And not how you pleasure yourself. Those are very different things, and I'm not trying to get banned. but like what you do to make yourself feel loved and wanted and appreciated. Because I think that's romance to me. But yeah, I think that that's the next step in me loving on myself, is me romancing myself. So anyway, spirituality, existence, being inherently spiritual. I would just like to say, I love my little angel numbers, okay? I don't really know if angels are really talking to me, but it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel like it's a fun little coincidence at worst. And at best, someone's really looking out for me, and someone's really like, I don't know, trying to communicate that to me. I'm asking for guidance. Oh yeah, circling back to prayer. After God told me I can't have a boyfriend, my only prayer has been for guidance. It's just kind of hard that I'm the only one who has to make all of my decisions. And like, I was talking to my mom about this the other day, and she was like, you know, you can hear God's voice and be led to do what he wants you to do. But like, Jonah heard God's voice and was like, I don't like them Ninevites. I'm not gonna help them. And like, didn't want to do it. Just because you hear God's voice doesn't mean that you don't have autonomy to make your own decisions, right? So it's kind of hard being the only one to make my own decisions. Growing up, I don't really think that was the case as much as I would like to think it was. Just because it's so hard for me to do now. Like, I think that I had a lot of independence, but it stopped at a certain point. Like, there was independence up to a certain point, if that makes sense. And so like, I don't know, adulting is weird. Being an adult and like me being the person who knows what's best for me being the person who is actually hearing God's voice or source's voice or the universe, I think it's all the same thing. And then interpreting that in a way that is the healthiest way for me to hear it. I don't know. It's been a little difficult. It's exciting though, and it's scary, and I'm really nervous that I'm gonna make the wrong decision, but I don't think that I am. I think I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe not as much as I should be doing them, but I don't know, you don't become the person that you want to be overnight. I've been trying to do this thing, and I've been trying to do this thing, I did it 2 weeks ago, and then I've just been telling people that I've been trying to do this thing, where I am off of my phone at night because I am trying to get better sleep for vanity reasons. I'm tired of having bags, y'all. I know you see them. You're being polite, but I know you see the bags. And I don't want them anymore. I just want nice, clear skin, nice, even skin, and I don't want bags under my eyes. So I'm trying to have a better quality of sleep. And for like a week, I was turning off my phone, not turning off my phone, but like putting it away at 11 o'clock, and I would read for 30 minutes and then I would go to sleep, and it was really nice. And I haven't been doing it lately, and I've kind of been beating myself up about it, but I don't know. I saw this tweet that was like, you don't become the person that you want to be overnight. You kind of just implement little habits, and eventually it becomes a routine. So I'm really trying to do that. Anyway, I feel like I wrote notes and still here I am like going off on tangents. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at spiritually, I guess.